Lois Lane wasn't just Superman's girlfriend. She was the storm that blew through Smallville and changed everything. Smart, fearless, and never afraid to throw a punch or a punchline, Lois made every scene unforgettable. Today, we're counting down the top 5 Lois Lane moments that proved she didn't need powers, a cape, or even Clark Kent to be the hero of her own story. Number 5. Her arrival.
Who are you?
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane was introduced in season's 4th premiere episode. Her entrance into Smallville is still one of the most iconic character introductions in superhero TV history. A lightning storm, a crashed car, and a confused Clark Kent lying naked in a cornfield. It was chaotic, hilarious, and perfectly Lois. She set the tone for everything her character would bring: wit, confidence, and a complete lack of intimidation, even when faced with something totally bizarre. Up until this moment, Smallville had been a show defined by secrets, tragedy, and Clark's internal struggles. Then Lois arrived like a breath of fresh air. Sarcastic, bold, and absolutely unimpressed by the weirdness around her. She didn't tiptoe into Clark's life. She crashed into it literally with humor and heart. It was a powerful reminder that not every hero wears a cape. Some just drive into town and start rewriting the story. Her arrival didn't just introduce a new character, it changed the show's DNA. Suddenly, Smallville wasn't just about Clark's journey toward becoming Superman, it was also about Lois becoming the Lois Lane we all knew she was destined to be. From the first moment, she wasn't a damsel or a background character. She was an equal force, a grounding presence, and sometimes the chaos that Clark didn't know he needed. And what made it even better? That unmistakable chemistry between Tom Welling and Erica Durance. From that first awkward meeting in the cornfield, fans could already sense it. This was going to be something special. The banter, the spark, the contrast between her brash energy and Clark's quiet awkwardness, it clicked immediately. This opening scene gave us everything we needed to know about Lois. She was fearless, funny, and completely authentic. She didn't fall for Clark right away, and she didn't need saving. In a show filled with secrets and destiny, Lois Lane arrived like a jolt of reality. A reminder that sometimes the most heroic thing you can be is unapologetically yourself. Number 4. The ring fight. If there was ever a moment that proved Lois Lane could handle herself, it was this one. In Season 5's Exposed, Lois dives headfirst into danger, going undercover as a dancer to help Chloe crack a story about a corrupt underground club. What starts as a risky bit of journalism quickly turns into a full-on fight scene, with Lois taking on thugs twice her size and walking away without missing a beat. This episode showed fans exactly why Lois stands apart from other characters in Smallville. She doesn't wait around for Clark or anyone else to rescue her. She jumps into the action even when she has no powers and no plan beyond pure determination. It's classic Lois, stubborn, gutsy, and completely unshaken. While other characters might approach danger with caution, Lois treats it like an opportunity to prove herself, to protect others, and to chase the truth no matter where it leads. And the best part? She does it all with her trademark humor. Even in the middle of chaos, she throws in a smirk or a snarky comment, reminding everyone that she's not just brave, she's fun. That mix of humor and courage is what makes Lois such a standout character in the Smallville universe. You could also tie this moment to her later appearance in Season 6's Combat. Once again, Lois steps into the ring, literally facing off against a meteor-infected fighter in an underground cage match. No powers, no backup, just pure grit. It's moments like these that remind us why fans cheered for Lois. She doesn't just survive chaos, she owns it. In both Exposed and Combat, Lois proves she's more than just the love interest or comic relief. She's a fighter, a truth seeker, and a hero in her own right. She may not have super strength, but she has something arguably more powerful: conviction. Number 3. Becoming the reporter. By the time Season 8 rolled around, Lois Lane was more than just the quick-witted sidekick or the comic relief. She was on the edge of becoming the journalist we all knew she was destined to be. In Stiletto, Lois takes matters into her own hands to land a front-page story, creating an alter ego, a leather-clad vigilante named Stiletto, to get closer to her scoop. What starts as a lighthearted scheme quickly turns into something deeper. Lois discovering what it really means to stand for truth, even without powers. The brilliance of this episode lies in how it captures Lois's evolution. She's bold, impulsive, and yes, a little reckless, but her heart is in the right place. She doesn't want fame or credit, she wants purpose. Her desire to become a journalist isn't about headlines, it's about helping people and exposing the truth. Stiletto was her first taste of what it means to be a hero in her own way, using words instead of weapons. What's especially fun about this moment is how it parallels Clark's own journey. Just as he struggles with balancing his double life, Lois is now living her own version of it, hiding behind a mask to make a difference. It's a clever reflection of what connects the two of them, the need to do good, even if it means bending the rules to get there. And beyond the symbolism, the episode is just pure Lois Lane energy. She charges into danger with confidence, fumbles a little, and then gets right back up with even more determination. There's humor, heart, and a sense of self-discovery that makes this one of her defining moments in the series. By the end, Lois learns that she doesn't need a costume to make an impact. She's already powerful. Her strength comes from her courage, her instinct, and her voice. That realization is the turning point where she truly becomes Lois Lane, investigative reporter. Number 2, the blur connection. Before Lois ever knew Clark's secret, before the cape or the S symbol, there was the blur. And what made this chapter so special is that it wasn't about superpowers or romantic tension, it was about faith. In Season 9, Lois unknowingly becomes the bridge between Clark's two identities, forming a connection with the blur through anonymous phone calls that felt more human than any face-to-face interaction. This arc gave Lois one of her most emotionally resonant storylines in Smallville. She spoke to a voice, just a voice, and believed in it completely. While the world doubted this mysterious hero, Lois trusted him without proof, without recognition, and without reward. That belief in unseen goodness said everything about who she was. Lois didn't need to see the man behind the hero to understand his heart. These scenes showed Lois at her most vulnerable and her strongest. She confided in the blur, encouraged him, and even challenged him when he doubted himself. She became his emotional anchor without ever realizing she was talking to the man she already shared her life with every day. It's a storyline built on irony and intimacy, and it made viewers fall in love with Lois all over again. What makes this arc even more powerful is how it flips the usual superhero romance dynamic. Typically, the hero hides behind the mask to protect the woman he loves. But here, Lois was protecting him. She risked her safety to defend the blur's identity, lied to government agents, and stood up against threats far beyond her control, not because she knew he was Clark, but because she believed in what he stood for. In a show full of secrets and disguises, Lois's connection with the blur was the purest form of love, one rooted in trust, not appearances. She saw the hero in the shadows and believed in the man behind it long before she knew his name. Number 1, the confession. After nearly a decade of close calls, near revelations, and unspoken truth, Smallville finally gave fans the moment they'd been waiting for. Clark Kent revealing his secret to his true love. But what made this scene unforgettable wasn't just the reveal itself. It was Lois's reaction. No shock, no fear, no hesitation, just quiet pride and complete acceptance. When Clark finally opened up about who he really was, Lois didn't see an alien or a mystery. She saw the man she already loved. That moment, when she smiled through tears and said she'd known in her heart all along, perfectly captured why their relationship worked. It wasn't about destiny or grandeur, it was about choice. Lois chose to love Clark for who he was, long before she knew what he was. This scene is powerful because it flips the Superman trope on its head. For years, the secret identity had been a source of tension, but here, it became a moment of intimacy. Clark's greatest vulnerability became their greatest strength. In revealing the truth, he didn't lose her, he finally found her. It was also the culmination of everything Lois had become over the series. She had gone from a sarcastic outsider to a journalist who chased truth, a woman who believed in heroes, and a partner strong enough to stand beside one. Her acceptance of Clark's secret wasn't just a romantic gesture. It was an act of courage and faith that mirrored his own journey toward becoming Superman. And for fans who had followed them since that first chaotic meeting in the cornfield, this moment was pure payoff. 5 seasons of banter, tension, friendship, and growth came full circle. Lois and Clark weren't just endgame, they were equals. 2 halves of the same story finally aligning. When Lois said she loved him, powers and all, it felt like Smallville had come home. It wasn't about flying capes or destiny. It was about trust, partnership, and the quiet kind of heroism that comes from loving someone completely. From crashing into Smallville to standing beside Superman, Lois showed us that strength isn't about what you can lift, it's about what you believe in. So, which Lois moment made you cheer the loudest? Drop it in the comments, hit like if you've been Team Lois since day one, and subscribe for more Smallville deep dives.